you. Thank you.
And how you doing today, baby?
I am feeling real good today.
Oh my
About
goodness.
to have me a little drink in my system.
Oh, I got me a little weed because it is the smokers lounge, people.
Of course, got that coming in
Oh,
on the way.
so now, like I was telling you via text, I was doing my research,
Mhm.
and I ran and the DVD cover that you had up there. First of all, I was like, wait a second. Then I kept seeing the pictures that you had for throwback, but we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
The DVD.
Which one?
So, which one? Sometimes I done seen your ass on a couple of covers when I went into the damn what we call it. So how many DVDs you have done? Well, how many DVDs you would the cover of? Because I can see that
On
if
the
you
cover of
yeah.
maybe 5 or 6. I'm not on the cover of a whole lot, but I'm in a lot.
Oh, I'm pretty sure because like for all my smokers, what they used to do was they pick, I think, to put on the cover, they had the main girl, which they probably felt was the money making scene.
Right.
And then the other girl, then they might have a couple other girls up there, but then they also had girls that you see their name, but you don't see their pictures or what have
Right,
you.
right, right.
So, and I'm sorry, people don't realize being on the cover of the DVD meant something.
It meant something. It meant something. It meant that you enjoyed what you did. It meant that you was good at what you was doing, and that you gave a show. They felt like, you were enough.
Yeah, because and two, it made porn stars larger than life, which is
Right.
something that we don't have right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's saturated.
Yeah,
It's saturated.
yeah, because it's funny when I see you talk about the old days and the young heads be listening. They be think I'm a grumpy old dude. I'm like, no, you don't get it. We made more money and did less
You're right.
and did way less.
You're right.
So shoot, so I'm trying to see where I want to go with this because I'm just excited because I'm talking to technically a legend if you want to be.
Well, thank you. I
But see,
appreciate it.
no, because when I saw the name, I said the name looked familiar, but I was like, and then like I said, I kept seeing the throwback pictures, and you've been in some mags too, ain't you?
No, I haven't been in any magazines. That wasn't my thing. I kind of shied away from the magazines at the time. I don't think at that time I was confident enough to do the magazines.
Shit, the pictures you was taking, I don't see. Well, not confident with her.
It's a lot that goes into print. It's a lot that goes
Oh,
into
oh,
print.
I know. Because like I
And
said,
I wasn't really keen on that game. I didn't want to play that game.
mhm,
I was comfortable with what I was doing.
mm, oh my goodness, shoot. But I mean, but like I said, it's just people don't realize, like I said, with the DVDs and the way that porn was shot back then. Plus, also you had more companies, more paid gigs. You
Yeah.
it she can testify to this. A woman can go out to Hollywood back then and you worked for a whole month. Didn't have to worry about shit for 3.
Mhm.
Cause
And
that's
that's
how much work
exactly
you
how
had.
I lived for a good little while. I would go out there, I would do some work, maybe a month or two, come back and chill.
Yeah. Because there was so many paid gigs and they paid better.
They paid very well. They paid very well. And I can attest to many of girls going out there just to pay a bill,
Yeah.
and come home and pay their bill, their car note, they rent, what have you, and they was good for a good little while.
Yeah, yeah. So shoot. So with that being said, welcome to the Smokers Lounge. Smokers, you know who I am. I'm Kevin Officer of a Champ, your honorable host. aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. Four sponsors to tell you about. The first one being Facebook LS community, the LS community lifestyle. You know what LS means, right? lsworld.com. Next up, the hottest adult magazine in the game, eroticismmagazine.com, as well as the new home of the premium smoke room, and y'all know what that is, excitebunny.com. For your content creators, 90% profit, no hashtag issues, and for your consumers, a new place for you to consume your Triple X content. And last but not least, award-winning, award-nominated. We're talking about voiceover with your smut. And they even have a virtual reality to their side of their site. I'm talking about blusherotica.com, who is currently nominated for a bid in I think ABN actually. And also, we're a proud member of the Black Podcast Network of GW District. So go over to shopgwdistrict.com and not only listen to the podcast, but also get some shopping done. It's buy products from over 500 Black-owned shops and boutiques and sellers. Also, check me out 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullswapradio.com, where I chop it up with the best in the industry, give you the real smoke about the industry. And also check me out on skyhawkafterdarktv.com as well as the BGP LLC app. So let me sit back and let this sexy, big booty, gorgeous, OG, legend, freak, smoker, badass chick introduce her sexy ass self to my smokers. Go ahead, baby.
Hello out there, smokers. I am the Miss Nakita Nipples. I am a freak, of course. I love what I do. I'm back. I'm happy to be back in the game, getting my name back out there. And I'm just here and excited to be interviewed by my new friend. So let's get it going.
Yeah. Come and tell you what's funny. I'm seeing a lot of the old heads starting to come back. Cause like I saw Junior St. Cox, he did a scene actually with my co-host, um, Kelly Sheehan. And I'm starting to see, plus you know, Richard Man, he's still in the business, you know. So shout out to Rich, you know. And it's like I'm gonna ask you this.
Mm.
Did you wish that you knew about content back then?
Mm.
And then we'll get into the back then in a minute.
Do I wish I knew about content? Yes. Yes, I do. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I known how easy it could be to make my own content, to put it out there, and all I needed was a distributor, I would
Yeah.
have done it years ago.
Mm. Yeah. Because see, that's one thing. It was harder to distribute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because one, you was frowned upon if you did do clips for sale or rude or Southern Charms, because that were the main ones that was then. And you probably, if I'm correct, you was in the game before the internet really, really popped off.
Oh yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
so it's like
I always I always make the joke that I'm older than the internet.
I know when I saw that cover, I said, "Oh, baby, OG." What the fuck? I'm like, oh, I got some. This is gonna be a good one. Yeah, because I remember when I talked to when I first got in the game, a dude told me he had to send his shit to get edited.
Mm-hmm.
California, it was 500 per goddamn video you had to edit. So it wasn't simple just hooking it up to your computer.
No, you had to send that stuff off. Then you had to wait for it to come back. Then you had to look at it, see if it was what you wanted. And if it wasn't what you wanted, you had to send it back, pay another fee. You know, it was
That's
a
why girls
lot.
won't worry about content then. Damn sure was it was too much money you had to spend just to get them for one scene.
Oh
What you got
yeah.
one scene?
That's why when you came to do your scene, you had to be ready. You had to know what you was getting ready to get yourself into. You had to be comfortable with your co-stars or
Yeah.
stars with an S. You know, you everything had to be set when you got there because nobody is had time to be bullshitting around playing no kind of I'm insecure games because it costs too much money for production.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Because the game then, you had to go to Hollywood.
You had to.
You had to go to Hollywood. There was nowhere else that was filming porn.
You might get away with it in Nevada,
Yeah. But no, because you
but
still had to go
you
out
had
west
to go to
regardless.
Hollywood.
Because there wasn't much. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Let's go in the time machine. What got Nakita Nipples into the porn business in the first place?
Okay, so I was a stripper um in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
This was years, eons ago.
Did you want to give the year?
Huh?
You want to give the year?
Uh Maybe 2004-ish.
When she was in the strip club, my ass was on stage rapping. Let's go. Yes, sir. I was at the height of my damn music career then. But go ahead. This is about you.
Yeah, so the manager of the place I was working at, he got in good with West Coast Productions. And
Oh
they
yeah.
were coming to Chicago and they of course they needed girls and that was I would say that would have been my first major um porn introduction. I had done some small stuff in Chicago, but nothing on the scale of West Coast Productions at the time. And at
Mm-hmm.
that time, West Coast was like big. They had hit it
Yeah.
really big.
Yes.
So he told me about it. Then I heard again through my makeup artist who
Mm-hmm.
happened to be friends with Prince Joshua. So I
The
showed up.
legend.
Exactly. Exactly. So I showed up and I got to meet everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Rico Strong. Who else was there? Who? Terry.
Ooh.
Couple other people I can't remember right
Mm-hmm.
now because it was years ago, dude. It
Yeah.
was years ago.
You said 2004. I be shit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was definitely a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
I did it was my first of all, it was my first porn introduction. Let's put that on the table. Okay. Now the first couple scenes I did, they were pretty standard boy girl scenes,
Mm-hmm.
but the following week I came back was my first anal scene. Yeah, imagine how I felt.
Now, wait a second. Did you know ahead of time or did you find out when you got there?
I found out when I got there. Yes. So that's another story for another day as far as how the industry did that. But
Oh yeah. Yeah, the industry now, don't get it twisted. The industry was dirty.
oh yeah.
They'll pull some shit like that. Yeah, you
Oh
did.
yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
will.
you doing the DP today. What?
Exactly. Exactly. You like, wait a minute, wait. Now let's slow this up and back this train back up. But yeah, it was my first anal scene.
Had you done anal before that?
I had not.
And you didn't even prep.
I did. I didn't know what prep was. I didn't know anything about doing anal. I didn't know it at the time that I had started doing. At the time that I was going to do this, the most I really known about the porn industry was the shit I got off on. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I was looking, I understood what I was getting myself into, but I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was an experience, and I can honestly say I didn't go through that again.
Yeah.
I did learn my lesson from that, but it was truthfully, it wasn't a good experience as far as anal is concerned.
Oh no, but cause when you think about it, and I talk to people about mental and physical prep for these shoots. She didn't have chance. She didn't have a chance to stretch her butthole with an anal plug. I don't think people even knew about an anal plug back then.
No, at least I didn't. I didn't until
I don't
after
think
the fact.
did they even have anal plugs back then? I'm trying to think.
No, I don't think they did. I think they had, the really large. They had the double dongs with the They had the large piece, and then they had the kind of small piece that you put in your ass.
Yeah.
And it came together as a unit.
Yeah. I remember that. I was like, but they didn't have no anal plug. They didn't even have the anal tails. Let's get the anal animal tails.
Right, I've seen those.
Y'all don't understand. All this shit
Halloween
y'all see
I saw that
came
so
late.
much for Halloween.
Oh my goodness. So who did you do anal with?
I did anal with. I started off with Prince, and Prince, and then I was supposed to do a scene with Rico, but it didn't quite go like it was supposed to. And if you watch the scene, they cut that whole piece out, and they had it where he ended up.
Because you doing this all in the same day, correct? It was all in the same day, right?
This particular scene, yes.
Yeah, so they try to get you to do 2 anal scenes, and you never done anal before. Let me make this clear. They were cattle back then.
Yeah.
Bring them in, rawhide. Roll them out, rawhide. They didn't give a shit. They really didn't give a shit back then.
No, because we, meaning us women, beautiful girls, dime a dozen.
Yeah.
But to take back, when they would visit these cities, it's easy to find the pretty girls that's willing to do this stuff. But were you enough to be able to go back to California and shoot again and again and again? That was the thing.
Yeah, because see, then put it this way: how many shoots did you do within a week?
When I was in California, I would work every other day to give myself a chance to rest, unless I was just pressed and just felt like working.
Yeah.
So within a week, I could do maybe 10.
Yeah, because also this is studio shoots.
Right.
There was no independent like that. Period. So
and this was stuff that would take all day. This is not something where you just come in, you do your little thing, and you out. No, this takes a few hours. You got makeup. You got, if you worth your grain of salt, you got a little wardrobe that you got to put together to make sure that, what I'm saying, whatever it is that they're trying to show, or whatever their vision is, it comes to fruition.
Yeah, because they did the pretty girl pictures, because you had to have DVD covers.
Exactly.
You had to have DVD covers.
Exactly.
Period. And like I said, the pay was better, because around 2008, they started paying them $300. That was unheard of back in her day. What you would? Ask her or Caramel or motherfucking Gina Peppers 300. They
Yes,
would laugh at your monkey ass.
they
You
would.
don't put an extra O on that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Shit, these girls talk about some, say they complain about 300. These girls were seeing that thing thousand or better per scene.
Per
Pretty,
scene.
yeah.
Per scene. By
So,
the time I finished, I'm not gonna say finished because I really didn't just finish. I just kind of got pregnant and got out the game. But when I think the last Hollywood
uh,
scene I did, I was getting paid close to 2,500 a scene.
yeah, per scene.
Yeah, yeah,
See,
and that was truthfully that's on the low end. You
yeah,
know,
actually,
that's on the
yeah.
low end because there were places where I would go where I
Mhm.
would get more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, I mean, you do that, get paid that 10 times in a week. Yeah, you can go home and chill.
yeah, hell yeah. Bird. So, what was your first cover?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. Let me think. Um, shit. So
I know it had to be West Coast.
it might have been. Yes. Yeah. Shot
Yeah,
Town ass up trip. Yep.
I remember that. I remember that. and and when you saw you was on the cover, especially because I know you went to the porn, you went to the video store and had to go take a look at it.
Mhm. Man, so let me tell you how funny this is. So I ended up moving to Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And I was at the time I was with my girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, we was, just going into the sex shop, just going to get some stuff to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, what if they got your stuff in here? So it never dawned on me, to go look at my own shit.
Yeah.
I got paid for it. I looked at the reels, when we were shooting it. That was pretty much good for me. And
Mm-hmm.
then I would hear the feedback from people that, would watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was good enough for me. But now she had put in my head, what if this place got my shit? Okay, so now I'm on a mission to find my shit. You know what I'm saying? So I went to like over the course of maybe 6 months, I went to several different sex shops and collected all my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I could get my hands on, I collected it, I signed it, everything. Put it up. Would you know? My house get robbed and they stole the whole porn collection.
Shit. Oh, they were gonna take that. They're like, oh
They
shit.
took the whole porn collection, bro. Like,
That's fucked up.
and when I realized, like, because when your house gets fucked up like that, that's the last thing you thinking about is your
Yeah.
porn collection. You know, this was maybe a couple months after that happened, and I went to somebody asked me, do I still have something they asked me, do I still have it? And they, wanted to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to where my porn collection is, and lo and behold, all of them are gone, except for the ones that I'm not in.
So he was a Nakita Nipples fan.
I I don't know. I mean, there were some that they took that I wasn't in, but
Yeah,
the ones that they left were like the bullshit, like
the,
porn, like
the whack shit.
yeah. And it really it tore me up because I took my time to look for it. I took
Yeah,
my time to sign it. You know what I'm saying? Just so that one day I could go back and be like, "Hey, this is my shit." You know, I still got it on DVD. You know what I'm saying? So
oh my goodness. So shoot.
yeah,
So you went 10 years before you stepped away from the game, right?
yeah,
Good. So you had
yeah.
a so it's kind of like you had a strong 10 years before you even
Hmm.
kind of stepped. So a strong ass decade.
Yeah.
And because like I said, now also with that, did you get club bookings?
Um, not
And
in the beginning.
mm-hmm,
Not in the beginning. But I did get a few back home in Chicago.
mm-hmm,
Um, I did a couple in California, but I didn't. I kind of. I did the clubs, but I was more so. I'd rather dance if I'm gonna
mm-hmm.
go into the clubs,
You want to
and
shake that ass.
yeah, let me get some of that action. You know, so the bookings were cool.
Yeah.
I liked that. Don't get me wrong, the money was good. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but once towards the end of my career,
Yeah.
I was not so much in front of the camera as I was dancing in the club.
Yeah.
So when I
Yeah, because
finally just completely,
because I'm pretty sure but when I meant by bookings, I meant the club.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because also many of the porn stars also stripped. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
would love to have come to Atlanta at that time, but I didn't know when I first started, I didn't know a whole lot about the clubs in Atlanta.
yeah.
It wasn't until towards the end of my career, after I had gotten pregnant and got my body back and all that stuff,
Yeah.
when I had really got into being in the clubs down here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been to a couple of them in
I see that starry look in your eye. I see it. I
Atlanta.
see it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I
I had a
see it.
lot of fun, got a lot of
Oh
fun.
yeah, it was a
Oh my.
party every time I went to work. It was a party. It was. Don't get me wrong. I had my bad days,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like going to a party.
Yeah, actually. Because because one, you being on the cover, you being a porn star, I know that definitely clubs wanted you to come through
Yeah.
because they used to promote the shit out of a porn star being that bitch, and they packed it. That
Well,
was
like
to get
I
in the
said,
club.
when I was doing porn though, I wasn't in Atlanta,
Mm,
but I did do
mm.
like I call them the titty bars.
Yeah, yeah.
In Hollywood because they don't do the butt naked booty clubs.
I used to hate. I hated titty bars. I'm like, I want the butt naked shit. I can't.
Right,
I want to see your
right.
butt ass naked. If I'm gonna goddamn make it rain, I want to see some coochie. Fuck
Bust
that.
it open.
And even
But
go to VIP.
I loved it. I enjoyed it. The titty bars were cool because
Mm-hmm.
after I had come to Atlanta just to visit,
Mm-hmm.
I had some friends down here, and I actually came and I went to the famous Magic City, and I was able to see what all the hype was about and everything, and fell in love with it. And when I did end up going back to Hollywood and doing the titty bars,
Yeah.
I took a little bit back with me. So I made a little bit more money in the titty bars,
mm-hmm.
bringing some of that ATL flavor back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool. I did all of them. They showed me some love. I did, the little.
Jiggle, jiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So
Wiggle, wiggle.
don't worry, premium smokers. We're gonna get her on here so she can jiggle, jiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Y'all might can see some nipples. Maybe if she's willing. You feel me? We'll discuss that.
If you
Yeah,
good, if you
sure.
good,
If yeah, good.
and you
If
fan.
y'all good premium smokers now. But what was the testing back then?
A.I.M. A.I.M.
I couldn't remember the name of that shit.
A.I.M. I will never forget it because we put so much faith in this doggone testing system that
Mm-hmm.
they fucked us all in the ass with no Vaseline when that whole epidemic started.
Mm-hmm.
I know you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. They fucked us in the
But
ass with that.
for my smokers, give them clarification.
Yes, sir. So, I can't remember the year. I want to say maybe back in I know it was between 2005 and 2010.
It had to be 2010 because that's when I started hearing about TTS.
Okay.
Had to be.
So, around that time there was an epidemic of herpes. Nobody could figure out how this shit happened, where it all of a sudden came from.
Mm-hmm.
Bitches coming up with herpes left and right. Turns out A.I.M was doctoring those tests for preferable stars. And because we put so much faith in this system, you know what I'm saying? Everybody paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars to ensure that their tests are accurate and correct. You know, hundreds of dollars I spent with these people just for, and I'm not naming no names, of course I'm not, but just for these big name stars to have their medical issues put on a down low and put us all in danger. Now you got all these women with a gift that just keeps on giving. They can't get rid of it. They can't bear children through their regular vaginal system because they have herpes. They will forever have to have a C-section. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, that would cause the shift to TTS because of that situation. Because that's when the content creator era really started back in 2010. Because that's when I came in the game. Because I was a complete independent. I, I, I couldn't fuck with Hollywood. I didn't like them shoots. I'd be damned if the director gonna tell me. I'd rather me and her work it out.
Right.
Film it. I don't want to because I'm thinking like this. He might get good and he want me to stop. I'm like, I'm just getting in the groove. He just getting in the groove, man. Oh my goodness. So now you retired, stepped away from the game. What brought you back?
What brought me back? So honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was insecure for a long time about my new me because I'm, used to being a smaller girl. So I was like, I'm not going back. I'm never doing that again. I don't want anybody to look at me. No, I'm hideous. So the person that I'm with,
Yeah.
you know, gas me up, pump me up. Like, look at this shit. Look at these pointing me to Twitter. Look at these bitches. Then pointing me to OnlyFans. Look at these bitches.
I'm just gonna say this. This is from a man that had to find females to send to Hollywood. Boo boo, you came back at the right time. because they want a Miss Parker, they want the MILF, and they want them fit. They want booty titties, and they want them fit. It's just facts. It was like people don't realize it. Buffy the Bod, Pinky, Cherokee Dash changed the game.
They did. Big ups
Physically.
to Cherokee the ass, bruh. Big ups
Yeah.
to Cherokee the ass and Pinky.
Yeah.
Because they really changed the face of the game. They changed how they looked at black women, period. You know what I'm saying? And they just they keep getting better.
Yeah, good. I'm looking at you like you what insecure about what, girl, you.
But
Damn.
see, look, you gotta understand. This is a woman thing, okay? And I was
you,
not.
You
I was
act like
not
you see
feeling
such a
myself.
proud life out this motherfucker. Shit, you up there looking like an Instagram model. You look.
I wasn't feeling myself. I'm telling you, I really wasn't. But once I got my confidence back, it was like, oh, I know I can compete with these bitches.
And in competing, you're doing very well, for what I can see. That's all I'm gonna say. So shoot. So now here's the question: who do you work with as far as male talent? Because I see you do solos and stuff of that nature. Also you got OnlyFans, am I correct?
I do.
Yeah, everybody got one. That was a dumbass question. That's a dumbass question. Sorry for asking that one. I apologize, smokers. But so how you find male talent?
Well, right now, I have one particular male talent that I'm using. We work very well together.
Okay.
Not to say that I won't work with anybody else, but I am very picky as far as making sure they have my cash.
Okay. So you ain't doing no content.
Huh?
You ain't doing content trade.
No.
Okay.
No, not at this time. Because I'm building my brand. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that it's never gonna happen. You know, but
I'm gonna ask you this: is it because of this? Because I've been having this conversation for a minute. Are you a kingmaker?
Am I who?
A kingmaker. Now, what I mean by this, shooting with you means more than you shooting with someone else. Meaning, like, for example, you at the level now that you and Prince Joshua right here type shit. You feel where I'm coming from? Maybe when you first shot with him that first time, he was here.
Right.
So he kind of helped made you a little bit. Versus now, anybody you shoot with, you're making them because of your lineage, your background, and your name. And
exactly.
You feel
exactly.
me? So
that's
it's kind of
exactly
like,
how I feel.
Yeah. So
not only that, I'm
ahead.
very, very, very particular about my body. So if you have any issues with going to get a test with me, or at least making sure that test is on a letterhead that I can call and verify, then we don't have no reason to talk. We don't have no reason to even do business, because I'm very personal about mine.
Yeah, because we talk about the sacrifices that porn stars have to make in their personal sexual life. Because now we had to be, we just can't take something home like that.
No, not at all. Not at all. And you know, I mean, smoke weed every day. I have a lot going on in my personal life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I was pregnant, so I'm a mom. You know what I'm saying? I can't be coming home with some shit that I can't get rid of, and and I have to explain to my kid what the fuck is
Mhm.
going on. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I can't tell who I'm with. I went to work and this is what I came back with.
Yeah.
That's not in my cards at all. I'm very, 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 very
Mhm.
extremely in touch with me. And
Mhm.
I want to make sure that I am always okay.
Mhm.
Not to mention, I want to make sure the person that I am going to be shooting with knows that I'm okay. So I don't have a problem with
Mhm.
going to spend whatever money I need to spend to let you know I am clean.
Mhm. Yeah. Because see, our money is made by being clean. Hands down. Now, the good part of her having her content partner is that she know his dick been. So there you go. So
Exactly. Exactly. And
no,
see,
because one
if
chick.
I'm to be honest, if I were to look for another content partner,
Mhm.
which you know, different content, different dicks, that's fine. Um, I would want them to be just as, and no pun intended, but I would want them to be just as anal as me about being clean and being.
Oh yeah, because see, like with Richard Man and the ladies that I work around, they keep that TTS. Some of these motherfuckers take that bitch. It used to be a time 30 days. Now it's like shit. They want you to have that shit the day of or 3 days or at the most 14. Period. And I've seen what happened in the industry. Even to the point that now TTS is a little bit more expensive now because they added another test.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, and I see the trend of girls talking about finding a content partner. So you already ahead of the trend anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, but outside the test, because I know they're gonna be guys that's watching. Shots. Hi, Richard. What do a guy have to bring to the table other than the test for you to actually say content? Yes, content
Okay.
creator.
So they would have to bring a a good size member, dick. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna play. I don't. I'm not. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But you gotta. If you not feeling good about you, I'm not gonna feel good about you. And I'm gonna just leave that way. Okay.
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this. Okay, then, and then I'm gonna let you finish the other criteria.
Mhm.
I had a conversation with a young head in the game.
Mhm.
She said he could be a 6 or a 7. There's somebody out there that would love to see him. I want y'all to think about that for a second. I keep saying it's different between porn dick and boyfriend dick.
Mhm.
She's talking about porn dick because of the aesthetic that she needs to bring across on the camera.
Exactly.
Period. It's a fantasy. Part of that fantasy is a big dick.
There you go.
Period. Now go ahead. What other criteria they gotta have?
Stamina, energy. Don't. I'm not a jump off. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is a business at the end of the day. So if I don't feel like I'm getting energy, I'm
Mhm.
getting you know, you're into me
Yeah.
and you want to be here and this pussy is just doing it for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm not getting that, what the fuck are we doing?
Because it's the point I always say this. There's such thing called porn flirt. Porn flirting. It's basically to establish the chemistry between me and her.
Mm-hmm.
I might not be the type of dude that she fucks off camera. That ain't the goddamn point. The point is, her job is to make me feel like she wants the dick. My job is to make her feel like I want the pussy. Simple as that. That's through
Simple as that.
conversation. That's through, you know, rubbing the booty. This, that, and the third. Now, I don't get it twisted. For me, it's a fine line between being thirsty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be thirsty.
No. And you know what? I seen on Twitter where when thirsty goes bad.
Yeah.
Oh. So baby girl was like, she was in it, you
Yeah.
know, and he was just like not. And
Yeah.
she was telling him, look, dude, you gotta fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, okay, but it wasn't registering. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it pissed her off. And I felt her so much. And you know what I'm saying? She just.
But see, that goes to my point. Iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with females that was professional or wanted to be a professional. Period. At the end of the day, like I said, mental, physical prep. I don't fuck that week. I got a wifey. You feel me? I don't even fuck her for the whole week for my nut to be strong. You feel what I'm saying? You know, period. Uh, because even to the point, like even with me, I used to shoot within a week, what, 15, 14 to 15 scenes within a weekend. I had brought girls down here because we building their site type situation.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, with the stamina, I had to have stamina. Also, at the same token, I'm also directing the scene while being in the scene.
Oh, you was
You
doing
know,
a lot.
yeah.
You
So
was doing a lot.
yeah. So that means I got to have stamina, be able to focus, put her in position to look good, and keep my dick hard at the same time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
lot. That's a skill.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of like when she said "fuck them harder." Understand this: the job is to create the fantasy of the sex. That means I guess I had to beat the brakes off of it. Now you ain't got to do it for the whole fucking scene, people.
Right.
Because,
You gotta switch it up. You can slow
yeah,
it
because
down.
there's certain angles that the cameraman got to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know how it feels to have a cameraman dick pressed against your ass trying to get the over the top of so they can see how much the dick she taking doggy style from an open top angle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Uncomfortable. No, I can't even imagine. Cause I don't have a dick. I have a pussy. So, you know, to have that
but
type of
even with that
action
though,
going on and that's not what I do.
oh no, but still, y'all have to do angles too with y'all shit.
Right.
Yeah,
And
because
it's not always comfortable. You are absolutely right. It's not always comfortable. Sometimes you got to lift that leg up just a little bit higher than what you normally would
make that
lift
leg a
it.
little bit wider.
Right. Spread them ass cheeks just a little bit wider.
Oh my goodness, yes. So it's kind of like, but see, um, like I said, the time you was in it, for the most part, it was a certain standard how everything was being shot. Even to when the independents came in, we shot like the studios.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Period. I wish I would have stepped to her with a cell phone talking about something. Yeah, I'm on film with this. She would have told me to take that shit, shove up her ass, and go get a real camera.
Hello. Hello.
No, I actually had a girl tell me when digital cameras, this is gonna sound digital cameras was coming in. I showed her a digital camera and said, yeah, I want to film us with this because this is the future. She said, take that little shit away and get a real camera. She said, handy cam, something. God, I said, damn. And a year later, guess what everybody was shooting with? A digital camera.
Them little bitty cameras.
The little bit them scenes and pictures was popping. So, oh my goodness. So shoot. So, how often do you film to keep up with your updates?
So, I'm not gonna even lie to you. I usually shoot once a week. But this last 2 weeks,
yeah,
I've been sick. I'm just getting over whatever the fuck it was I had.
It won't COVID because I had COVID.
Oh hell no!
Earlier last month.
No, it was like a head thing because here in Atlanta, the weather been real funny. It'd be nice and warm one day, rainy and cold the next day, and I got caught in that shit this over the weekend, and I was done.
Oh, trust me, I know about AJ. Yeah, I'm in North Carolina, so.
So I haven't shot anything. I haven't done anything. I haven't interacted with anybody. So when I come back,
I gotta ask you this. So when you would before you got sick, so you do solo content as well, right?
I do solo content mostly, and then I do, with my content partner, we do some stuff. I'm trying to switch it up and do some fetish stuff too. But I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to work that in there. So that's coming.
See, what's interesting, the one good thing is y'all ladies have so many ways to make fucking money, y'all. So many ways in the industry to make money. From the fetish bag, dick ratings, customs, live camera, and content.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like with you, because I know you noticed porn has got more extreme since the days you first was in it. So
some of these girls I can't even keep up with. I know I can't, because they are doing stuff that we would not have ever dreamed of doing on camera. The studios wouldn't allow it.
I do not trust and believe there was not a lot of gangbangs back in her day. To be honest with you, anal just really in your day, anal just started to get popping on camera like that.
Yep.
Because you ain't see much anal in the porn like that. Not really.
No.
Not really. Around your time, right when you got in, that's
right when I got in, anal was getting real popular. Yeah. Everybody asked, and that was the thing. Like when I look back, that was one of the follow-up questions. After they would ask you, what's your age, what's your name, no, your real name, okay, do you do this, do you do that, do you do that? Then they'll wait a minute. So how do you feel about doing anal?
That's it. I heard with the conversation over the phone. I said,
You know what I mean? They would like to just slide that in there like it was just something that was so common, and it really wasn't. At that time, it wasn't. It was just becoming popular.
Yeah.
Like the squirting thing was just getting popular. And so when I would get asked that, it was like, because by the time I was getting asked that, I had done it. But it was not something that I was fond of doing.
Yeah.
You got the right price. I do what I have to do to make sure I'm able to perform. You know what I'm saying? But if you weren't hitting my price, it was not getting done.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. But I mean, no, truly believe if a girl squirted on set before she got the gate, they probably would have got mad at her. They probably
Okay.
kick off the set and everything. You nasty bitch! What the fuck is that? Get this bitch off my
Okay. So I'm looking at I can't remember the girl's name, but it was on a box cover, and the box cover said waterfalls, if I'm remembering it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I start to watch the video, and the first chick that was on there, it was interracial. Let me say that. So it was interracial. Black guy, white woman.
Mm-hmm.
The first scene, absolutely awesome. Like, he did her so crazy. It was awesome. Second scene, he starts to fuck her, and then he humps her real hard and pulls out, and then she starts squirting. I'm like, is this bitch peeing?
I'm saying, look, people don't realize it. All this, it's just like the more it got saturated, the more wild and more open it is. Like even with me, I'm into BDSM. I'm a dog, so I done slut training videos and shit like that. I done race play and all that, but none of that was really back then. It really was. Well, it started a little bit. Right. Because I do remember they dropped the Roots parody, because that when parody started to pop off too.
Yes. My favorite is the Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Mine was Sanford and Son parody. That shit was funny as fuck.
Yes.
That shit was funny as fuck, you know.
Let's talk about it. So the guy that played Lamont, right?
Yeah.
If they hadn't picked the best person to play him, did they not? Okay.
They picked it like this mug. Because it's the point like what's her damn name? I can't think of her fucking name. Cause she played I mean they did all the parody. They did all the black sitcom. They did the Cosby Show. They did
I didn't see the Cosby Show.
And everything. And was you in the game when they started doing the parodies? Did you make it in any of them?
I didn't. Let's see. You know what? I didn't do a parody. Mm-hmm. I did do a cameo in A Porn Star Is Born. But it wasn't a really big role. Mm-hmm. The star was a really cute, petite, light-skinned chick like myself, but she was much lighter than me. But she was really good. Take nothing from her. She was really good. Very pretty, sexy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they did allow me to do a little something with her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little something.
A little something. But as far as like parody films or actual like motion pictures, mm-hmm. I didn't really do much of that.
I mean, you was, so people can understand, you had the Vivids, Playboys, all that. She was right underneath it. Because that was considered the mid-level in the 80s. Period. So now that's a good question. Did you go to the AVNs back then?
Didn't go to the AVNs. Did do the Spice Awards.
Let's talk about it. Because, see, that's old school. That was before the Urban X. That actually turned into the Urban X, actually.
It did. And
stuff. And it's like, once again, larger than life. I remember seeing the pictures, man. Everybody just looked so elegant. It was like, it looked Hollywood.
It was definitely Black Hollywood. It was definitely Black Hollywood.
Oh my God.
I can't say that. The stars that would show up, the production companies that would show up, everybody showed love. You know what I'm saying? Not to take anything from the AVNs, but the Spice Awards were a lot more personal.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You knew the people that were getting nominated. You knew the people that were getting awards. You knew the production companies from the owners to the assistants. You know what I'm saying? It was just a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Than the AVNs. Think of it like this: the AVNs were the Oscars, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you got the BET
Vice X was BET.
right? You got the
It was
BET
BET
Awards.
or Source Awards back then,
Source Awards. That's what I was thinking
Back
at
in them
first
days.
to relate to some of the younger crowd. The BET Awards. But yeah, I loved that, and it was just like you saw some of everybody, people that you didn't think you would see there. You saw actors and actresses. You know what I'm saying? You saw ball players. You saw, and it was all love. Nobody was, scared to talk to you or anything. Nobody was shy about why the fuck they was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was real cool. It was real cool.
Definitely. Now, of course, like I said, now it's people don't realize. Did you have an agency? Was you getting your bookings, your paid bookings back then? Was you getting it through an agency or you was independent?
I was independent.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of my work through word of mouth of the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did a lot of the research and the legwork myself. A lot of trial and error, believe me.
I can believe it, baby. Whew. Believe me. So shoot. So like this now, this new age because of the social media, and everything. Like I said, because before you didn't have to worry about content. You had to worry about editing footage. You had to worry about uploading anything because there was nothing to upload. No place to upload at that point until later on. So it's like if I put it this way, how much how hard was it for you to transition to this day and age?
Ooh, man.
That's the question I wanted to get
Look, this took some getting used to, bruh.
to.
Let me tell you, having to do all this shit by myself. Well, I mean, I got help. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. I got help, and my help is a little bit more tech savvy than I am,
Mhm.
but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a major adjustment for me in more ways than you can fucking believe.
Yeah.
Because, in doing my research, like there's so many niches, there's so many avenues, there's so many different worlds you can be in. And
Mhm.
you gotta find your one world. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, don't get me wrong. I love my fans. I love you. I love every last one of you. I do. Mwah. Kisses. If you ever gotten a message from me, you know that's me. Kisses. Mwah.
Mhm.
But when I tell you, trying to find your world in this bitch,
Yeah.
it is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Because now y'all have to build a brand.
You have
Something
to.
which y'all didn't have to do back then. You get what I'm saying? Because
You had that box cover.
yeah,
You had that. You could always refer to that box cover. That box cover followed you to every shoot, It followed you to every single award show. It was
Mm-hmm.
like your resume.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you was not on the cover, if you was on the back of it and you got a credit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? As long as you could say this was me,
Mm-hmm.
you had your foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, it's cutthroat like a motherfucker. You gotta
And
fucking feel your way in the dark.
it's I always said this, that when the term content creator came into existence in our business,
Mm-hmm.
it helped change the business.
It did.
Because when you say content creator, and it now makes anybody and everybody think they can do what we do. Period.
Just like just like when Instagram came about
Yeah.
and print models got offended because you got the Instagram models.
I'm glad you said something. I forgot. I forgot to talk about that on so many shows. Yes, they were pissed with the Instagram models. Like, how the hell these bitches getting? Bitch, I done been on the cover.
I done been on the cover of Vogue.
Yeah.
And these bitches got 20
Cosmopolitan.
million likes.
Yeah. So it's kind of like it saturated the game, it cheapened the game. Period. I can't keep saying it. You would never heard the term free ever pop up in porn ever. Now y'all
No,
use it to draw motherfuckers in to your
no,
sites.
no.
I feel you though. I understand why y'all do it, and I get the hustle. I just would never put free up there. No.
And you know what? It's like,
Not 24/7. It's a special time of year. You might get that for 2 to 3 days at best, motherfucker. Then you paying something after that.
exactly. Exactly. But like, so I don't get me wrong, I like OnlyFans.
Mm,
I like OnlyFans. But I also have a Fansly.
mm,
I like the control I have with Fansly over OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, because you can be more personable with your fans on
Mm,
Fansly, you have more a tighter grip on the content that you're able to show to who
mm,
and how it's distributed. I like Fansly.
mm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm,
OnlyFans is a little bit more restricted. I think a little more conservative.
mm.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Because
see,
it was,
you came in on the OnlyFans when the shit hit the fan. After
yeah,
it hit the fan. Now, if you came in before the shit hit the fan with OnlyFans, you would have really caked because it was so. Because it's to the point that people don't realize the reason why these girls making so much money, there was no restriction on how much you charge on the paywall. Some of these girls had the paywall 500.
wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And you know
And
what? I I should have listened. Excuse me. I should have listened when they was telling me, Nakita, get back out there. You got it. Just get back out there. You don't know what you missing.
yeah, cause you saw Joe Smith wife. What the fuck she do? What the fuck she do? Man, look, you see what these
Look,
celebrities doing. When they in the pinch, them albums ain't selling, that show ain't showing, what they do?
that ball ain't dribbling. Hey.
They treat it as a lick. Oh
Look.
my God. Some people, I done held her up here for an hour. So you know what that means, people. She might have to come back. So with that being said, the question I always ask them, baby girl, Miss Nipples. Can I call you a smoke buddy?
Sure.
So there you go, people. You heard it. She'll be back on the premium. She'll be back on the Smokers Lounge, and you know we're gonna bring it to the premium smoke room on excitebunny.com. The link is in the description. We talking about five premium podcasts for you to enjoy with 3 different tiers that gives you different perks. You get what I'm saying? With the biggest tier, you get all the perks. You feel me? Plus a little bit more. And you know what happens in the premium smoke room stays the premium smoke room. And what happens? Well, it, it gets more candid, gets more unpredictable, gets more uncensored, gets more crazier. Titty might pop out, dildo might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe. And we are not on Spotify. The only thing you're gonna get on Spotify if you subscribe over there is the archives. So you want the new shit, you better bring your ass to Excite Bunny. You want to see them in person? Bring your ass to Excite Bunny. So with that being said, Miss Nakita Nipples, tell everybody where they can spend that good money on you then.
Well, you can always find me on OnlyFans at Miss Nakita Nipples. You can find me on Fansly at Miss Nakita Nipples. You can find me on Twitter at MISS Nakita Nipples. And for booking information, it's Miss Nakita Nipples at gmail.com.
See, that's easy and that's simple, people. And all that will be in the description. You feel me? So with that being said, you know how we end these things every day, all day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? We haven't learned anything. Smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Miss Nipples.
Bye, lovelies.